Gentlemen, let me ask you something real. Have you ever sat across from a woman, her eyes holding yours just a second too long? Her laugh echoing louder than the joke deserved. And in that moment, you thought to yourself, wait, does she like me? Or am I just imagining it? I know that feeling, the confusion, the second guessing, the voice in your head saying, don't be stupid. She's just being polite. And I've seen it play out countless times right here in America. Men in New York, Los Angeles, Dallas, men just like you, walking away from women who were actually interested simply because they couldn't recognize the signs. Listen, brother, you're not broken. You're not unworthy. You've just been trained to doubt yourself, to think if a woman doesn't spell it out in words, it's not real. But here's the truth. Women are constantly communicating attraction, not always with words, but with subtle emotional cues. And today, I'm going to give you 6 undeniable signs that reveal when a woman is not just being nice, but is genuinely attracted to you. Gentlemen, let's start with the first undeniable cue, lingering eye contact. Now, listen carefully, because the eyes never lie. A woman can tell you with her words, I'm not interested. She can even act casual, pretend you don't matter. But if her eyes lock onto yours, if they linger just a heartbeat too long, that's her truth leaking out. This isn't a glance. This isn't a quick look around the room. This is her gaze finding you, holding you, coming back to you again and again like a magnet. Think about it out of everyone in the room. Her vision keeps returning to you. That is not coincidence. That is desire whispering. I once coached a man in New York, successful, smart, confident at work, but blind to female signals. He told me about a woman at his gym. She looks at me sometimes, but maybe she's just zoning out, he said. When I asked him to really notice, he realized every single time he walked past, her eyes weren't wandering. They were fixed on him, then flicked away only when he caught her. Gentlemen, that's not zoning out. That's attraction, trying not to be obvious. Here's the psychology. When we're drawn to someone, our pupille dilate, our blinks slow down, our gaze softens. These aren't random biological glitches. These are ancient signals of intimacy, hardwired into human nature. But here's the key. You must not overreact. Too many men pounce on that eye contact, rushing in, breaking the moment, trying to make a move that ruins the magic. True confidence is calm. When her eyes linger, don't look away nervously. And don't lunge forward desperately. Simply hold her gaze. Stay steady. Let her feel seen. Because when a woman gives you lingering eye contact, she's dropping her guard. She's letting you peek behind her walls. And if you can stay calm in that fire, if you can stand in that silence without flinching, she'll feel something most men never give her. Safety and intensity combined. Remember this, brother, when her eyes lock and linger, she's not just looking, she's choosing. And in the world of attraction, attention is the first currency. If you miss it, you miss everything. Brothers, let's move to the second undeniable cue, her body language. Understand this before a woman ever opens her mouth. Her body has already spoken. Attraction doesn't begin in words. It shows up in posture, in movement, in the way her body responds to your presence. When a woman isn't interested, her body shields itself. She folds her arms across her chest, crosses her legs tightly, or angles her shoulders away. She may even place a bag, a drink, or her phone between you and her like a shield, that's her silent way of saying, not here, not with you. It's saying, but when attraction is present, everything changes. The shield comes down, her body opens, literally and emotionally. She leans forward when you speak. Her torso turns to face you directly. Her arms relax, her legs uncross. She shifts her chair closer, bridging the gap without a word. That's not politeness, that's invitation. I once worked with a client in Los Angeles who thought a woman at his favorite cafe was just being friendly. He said, she smiles, she chats, but maybe she's just nice. When I asked him to pay attention to her body language, he realized something he had missed for weeks every time he sat down. She angled her chair toward him, not toward the window, not toward her friends, toward him. Gentlemen, that's not random. That's subconscious alignment. That's her body saying, I want to let you in, and wow. And notice the small gestures too. Does she tuck her hair behind her ear while facing you? That's exposing her neck, a vulnerable, feminine gesture that signals comfort and attraction. Does she play with her jewelry, her glass, or even the edge of her clothing while leaning toward you? That's nervous energy, not fear, but excitement. Here's the key. Your response. Too many men misread this openness as a green light to push boundaries. Wrong. Respect it. Mirror her openness. Relax your own posture. Lean in slightly. Show her that you're the kind of man who notices without being desperate. Because when her body opens toward you, she's saying something powerful. I trust you. And brother, in the language of women, trust is the doorway to intimacy. Gentlemen, the third cue is one. Most men completely overlook her voice. See, attraction doesn't just live in what she says, it lives in how she says it. A woman's voice is a window to her emotions. And when she's drawn to you, her voice shifts without her even realizing it. Think about it. With coworkers, strangers, or casual friends, her voice is practical, maybe even sharp. But with you, suddenly it softens, it slows. The pitch lowers just slightly, carrying warmth, sweetness, a musical quality that wasn't there before. That's not coincidence. That's intimacy dressing itself in sound. I once worked with a man in Chicago who swore up and down that his female colleague wasn't interested. She's professional, polite. That's it. He told me. But I asked him, does she talk to you the same way she talks to everyone else? He thought about it and realized no. With him, her voice was different, softer, slower, almost like she was creating a little bubble of privacy every time they spoke. Even in a crowded office, brothers, that's not professionalism. That's attraction weaving itself between the words, and science backs this up. Studies show that women's voices naturally drop a little lower when speaking to someone they find sexually appealing. It's subconscious, an ancient way of pulling you closer, of signaling femininity and desire. Here's how you notice it. Does she laugh softer around you? Almost breathlessly. Does she lower her tone when the two of you are surrounded by people as if creating a secret world only you two share? Those are not random behaviors. That's her inviting you into intimacy without saying a word. But here's where men often destroy the moment. They bulldoze over that softness by being too loud, too rushed, too eager. Don't do that. When her voice softens, your job is to match her energy. Lower your own voice, slow your words, allow silence to stretch. That silence builds tension, the right kind of tension that pulls her deeper into the moment with you. So remember this, brother, when her voice softens just for you, She's telling you, you make me feel feminine. You make me feel safe. You make me feel drawn to you. Recognize it. Respect it. That softness is attraction in its purest sound. Brothers, now we arrive at one of the clearest, most undeniable cues of attraction touch. Let me be absolutely clear. Women guard their personal space like a fortress. If she's not interested, she'll keep her distance, fold her arms, or lean away when you move closer. But when she's drawn to you, she'll find small, innocent reasons to bridge that gap. It could be a playful push when she laughs, a gentle brush of her hand against your arm, or even adjusting something on your shirt. These are not accidents. These are signals. I remember coaching a man from Dallas who told me, she touched my shoulder when we were joking, but maybe she's just friendly. I looked him straight in the eye and said, brother, women don't hand out casual touches to men. They're not drawn to. That little gesture wasn't just playful. It was her body testing intimacy. Her way of saying, I feel safe with you. Into Anna, here's the deeper truth for a woman. Touch isn't just physical, it's emotional communication. When she initiates it, she's not only breaking down a barrier of space, she's breaking down a barrier of trust. She's saying, I want to feel what it's like to be near you. Now, here's the mistake most men make. The moment she touches them, they overreact. They either freeze up awkwardly or they escalate too quickly, thinking it's an open invitation to take things further. Both kill the natural flow. The key is calm acknowledgement. Let her touch you. Smile. Continue the conversation naturally. Show her that you are steady, controlled, and not desperate for more. That calmness communicates strength. Pay attention to the little details. Does she high-five you for no reason? Does her leg brush against yours and she doesn't pull away? Does she lean into you while showing something on her phone? Each one of those is her body reaching out to yours. So remember this, brother, when she finds reasons to touch you, she's not just being playful. She's confessing attraction in the most human way possible. Respect it. Match her energy. Let the moment unfold naturally. Because in the language of women, touch is never random. It's always intentional. Gentlemen, the fifth cue is one of the purest windows into a woman's attraction. Her laughter. Now listen, laughter doesn't lie. A woman who's genuinely drawn to you won't just chuckle politely. She'll laugh more easily, more often, and sometimes so uncontrollably that she can't even help herself. And here's the secret. It's rarely about the quality of your joke. It's about the quality of the connection. I once had a client in Miami who told me, I think I'm just funny. She laughs at everything I say. But when we unpacked it, he realized that his other friends didn't laugh nearly as much. What was different? Simple. The woman he was talking about wasn't just laughing at his words. She was laughing because of his presence. Attraction magnifies emotion around you. Even your ordinary comments feel exciting, engaging, and worth reacting to. Here's a deeper truth. Laughter requires vulnerability. Women don't laugh abundantly around men. They don't respect or feel comfortable with when she leans into you giggling, when she can't stop smiling, when she tilts her head back, exposing her neck as she laughs. That's not just amusement. That's emotional alignment. That's her body saying, I feel good around you. I trust you. It's a 6. And pay attention to the little tells. Does she touch your arm while laughing? That's humor combined with physical closeness. Does she cover her mouth but peek at you through her fingers? That's shyness mixing with attraction. Does she laugh even when your comment wasn't that funny? That's not pity, that's desire. Giving her an excuse to connect. But here's where so many men go wrong. They start performing for laughs, trying too hard, becoming the clown in hopes of keeping her attention. Brothers, forced humor is insecurity in disguise. A woman isn't drawn to a man because he juggles jokes. She's drawn to his energy, his presence, his ability to make her feel light. So here's the key. Relax, be yourself. If she's truly attracted, even your natural energy will spark her laughter. And every time she laughs abundantly with you, she's saying without words, I want more of this. I want more of you. End of 6. Gentlemen, the 6th and final cue is one of the most subtle, but also one of the most powerful subconscious mirroring. Here's what it means. When a woman is drawn to you, her body unconsciously begins to copy yours. She's not doing it on purpose. She's not thinking, let me mimic him. No, it just happens because attraction naturally pulls people into alignment. Picture this. You lean back in your chair and seconds later, she leans back too. You take a sip of your drink and almost instantly, she does the same. You cross your legs and moments later, she follows. Brothers, that is not random. That is her body saying, I'm in sync with you. I once worked with a man in Seattle who told me about a date he thought went nowhere. But when I asked him to recall the details, he realized something striking every time he shifted. She shifted. When he got more animated, her energy rose too. Even their breathing seemed to slow down together during quieter moments. That, gentlemen, is mirroring in action. Here's the psychology. Mirroring is one of the oldest human bonding mechanisms. Babies mirror their parents. Friends mirror each other. And couples in love, they naturally sync movements, tone, even rhythm. It builds comfort, rapport, and emotional closeness. But here's the key. You cannot force it. Some men hear about mirroring and start making exaggerated gestures just to test if she'll copy. That ruins the magic. Mirroring works because it's subtle, unconscious, and unplanned. You notice it in the little things, the way she adjusts her chair when you do, the way she matches your tone of voice, the way she unconsciously mirrors your smile. So how do you respond? Simple. You honor it by being present. Don't call it out. Don't make it awkward. Just recognize it as her body's silent confession of attraction. Because when she mirrors you, she's not just copying movements. She's aligning emotionally. She's saying, with you, I feel safe. With you, I feel connected. With you, I want to be in rhythm. And brother, when a woman is in sync with you like that, you're no longer just talking, you're bonding. Gentlemen, attraction doesn't always scream, it whispers. The eyes that linger, the body that opens, the voice that softens, the touches, the laughter, the mirroring, these are her whispers. And if you learn to recognize them calmly, respectfully, without rushing, you'll never doubt yourself again. Remember this, brother, women aren't waiting for a perfect line. They're waiting for a man who can notice, who can lead with confidence, and who can make them feel safe. Don't chase. Don't guess. See the signs, respect the moment, and step into your worth. Because you're not just another man, you're the man